Even though the Alone in the Dark franchise is technically the progenitor of survival horror as we know it today, over time Resident Evil took over the genre as a de facto leader. And therefore, the new Alone in the Dark does share quite a bit of DNA with Resi, especially the remasters. And that, of course, makes it the perfect title to pick up if you enjoy that new third-person over-the-shoulder type of horror. That being the case, here are some reasons why you might want to play Alone in the Dark if you liked Resident Evil and want more like it. Number 1. The setting is similar, but different enough to be fresh. Did you enjoy exploring every corner of the police station in Resident Evil 2, solving puzzles, finding keys, unlocking new rooms? Then I think you'll love snooping around the Derceto Mansion. There are many collectibles to find, puzzles to figure out, and much more. And of course, there will be excursions outside of the house into different nightmare-ridden locations. Although Alone in the Dark does trend more towards the supernatural as opposed to evil labs. And the further you progress, the more rooms you'll open and more secrets you will discover. Number 2, the gameplay is pretty similar. If you've played the most recent Resident Evil remasters, you'll feel right at home in Alone in the Dark. It has the same over-the-shoulder perspective and the combat is largely similar. And unlike Resi 2, there's actually a dodge button, which is going to come in incredibly handy. Aside from the combat, there's a strong emphasis on solving puzzles, ranging from flipping switches in the right order to an entire building that's one gigantic puzzle. And speaking of, number 3, the puzzles are a lot of fun. Let's be honest, the vast majority of the puzzles in Resident Evil are pretty easy to figure out, and those that aren't are just kinda irritating at times. Alone in the Dark also has its share of simple puzzles, but there are a couple that are real brain teasers. They require you to carefully study the different clues you've discovered. Up until that point, it takes special note of your surroundings in order to piece together the whole thing. It's been a hot second since I've actually had fun solving puzzles in games, with the notable exception of Tears of the Kingdom, of course, so this was really refreshing. Number 4. The horror is really well done, which isn't to say that it's identical. Resident Evil tends to go for dropping you into panic-inducing situations where the goal is to survive by the skin of your teeth. And while Alone in the Dark does the same occasionally, it focuses more on fostering omnipresent dread. It does this through calm yet obviously unhinged characters, discovering evidence of messing with entities that should not be messed with, and reality progressively falling apart around you. The writers really get cosmic horror and they pull it off majestically.
Don't leave me alone.
Number 5. The story is just fantastic. From the stellar voice acting to the cool creature designs and dilapidated environments, everything is in service of telling an excellent and unsettling tale. This is how you bring cosmic horror to video games. Alone in the Dark takes you on a consistently unnerving ride through the madness of a disturbed mind spilling into reality, featuring entities beyond human comprehension playing games with the characters. I found myself so absorbed that I carefully read every single document I came across, trying to piece together the whole picture. Not at all dissimilar from gathering evidence about the machinations of Umbrella, the corporation that is the true Eldritch horror.
I did what?
So yeah, those are some of the reasons you might like the new Alone in the Dark if you've enjoyed Resident Evil. As a longtime fan of the Resi franchise, I can safely recommend the remaster of AOTD to anybody. And that about does it for this one. If you've enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
What the hell is going on? Where am I?